Most cat parents break at least 5 of these rules every single day. Ready to do better? Have you ever stopped mid-scroll and wondered whether something you do every day, maybe even right this second, is quietly bruising your cat's feelings? Your feline roommate may glide around like royalty, whiskers high and tail perfectly poised. But beneath that poised facade lives a creature that's astonishingly sensitive to every flicker of your mood, every rearranged cushion, every shuffled food bowl. Even the most devoted cat parent can, without meaning to, chip away at that delicate trust. Today we're counting down the 25 hidden mistakes that can erode your cat's happiness. Stay with me all the way to point 1, because that final reveal topples a myth that even lifelong cat lovers repeat without thinking. Here to level up your cat's life, hit subscribe and ring the bell. New vet-backed tips every week. Point 25. Neglecting oral health. A whiff of fish breath might feel normal for a cat, but persistent odor, red gums, or brown tartar lines along the teeth are silent alarms. Gum disease doesn't just hurt the mouth. Bacteria can slip into the bloodstream and strain the heart, kidneys, and liver, yet many guardians never lift the lip to look. How to protect that grin? Weekly mouth check. Gently raise the lip and look for redness or debris. Introduce a feline toothbrush and enzyme toothpaste. Start with a fingertip dab so your cat learns the taste is harmless. Offer dental treats or water additives approved by your vet, but remember, they supplement, not replace, brushing. Book a professional cleaning at least once a year, sooner if your vet spots plaque building a fortress. Healthier teeth mean pain-free chewing, brighter breath, and a lower risk of costly systemic disease later. Point 24. Zero puzzle feeders, zero mental workout. Wild cats solve problems to eat. Indoor cats should too. Without a daily food puzzle, boredom creeps in, waistlines expand, and nighttime zoomies crank up. Turn meals into missions. Start simple. A cardboard egg carton sprinkled with kibble makes the cat nudge and paw to earn every piece. Level up. Invest in a rolling treat ball or a multi-chamber puzzle tray that hides kibble under sliders and flaps. Rotate challenges every few days so the game never gets predictable. Expect longer, slower meals, sharper hunting skills, and a calmer cat who's mentally spent, in the best way, by bedtime. Point 23. Playing with hands. Cute today, hazard tomorrow. A kitten chomping your fingers feels like harmless tickles. An adult cat clamping down can slice skin as neatly as a scalpel. Every time you wiggle a fingertip in front of tiny teeth, you're wiring a lesson. Human flesh equals sign acceptable target. Fast forward 8 months, and you've raised a stealth predator who ambushes your ankles at 3 a.m. and can't fathom why you're suddenly angry. Lay the groundwork for safe, satisfying play. Keep distance. Wand toys, kicker sticks, and treat balls let claws sink into something that isn't you. End sessions with a win. Let the cat capture the toy, bunny kick it, feel victorious, then offer a snack. Satisfaction dials down predatory arousal. Freeze if teeth touch skin. No yanking away, that triggers chase. Just go statue still, say nothing, and the fun evaporates. Consistency teaches bite people equals sign game over. Set those boundaries now, and you'll share years of enthusiastic play minus the scars, and your cat won't have to unlearn a habit it never should have picked up. Point 22. The laser chase with no payoff. A crimson dot darts across the wall. Your cat freezes, pupils bloom, hindquarters wiggle, pounce, and the dot evaporates. But for your cat, that disappearing act is like reaching the last chapter of a novel only to find the pages glued shut. Cats aren't built just for pursuit. The capture is biologically wired to fire the brain's reward circuits. When the catch never comes, adrenaline has nowhere to land. Over time, that unresolved tension can leak out as over-grooming, midnight pacing between windows, or those random ankle ambushes you chalk up to zoomies. Safety first. Never shine the laser directly into your cat's or anyone's eyes. The concentrated beam can cause serious, even permanent retinal damage. Fix it. Keep the laser's thrilling sprint, but after a minute or two, steer the dot onto a stuffed mouse, a feather wand, or even a treat ball. Let your cat leap, pin, bite, and crucially, feel the squish of victory. 2 extra minutes with a tangible toy at the end transform hollow cardio into a complete hunt-catch-kill cycle that leaves your cat glowing with triumph instead of twitchy frustration. FAQ. Is a laser pointer cruel? No, if you always end the chase on a toy they can catch. Point 21. The one-corner cat zone. Limited floor space tempts us to make a neat kitty station, litter box, Kibble bowl, water dish, bed, scratch post, toys, everything parked in one photogenic square. Convenient for you, sensory chaos for your cat. In the wild, a feline's territory is a map of purpose-built zones. Stalk here, dine there, sleep over yonder, bury waste far away from all of it. Cramming those zones together forces cats to choose between instinct and necessity. The results range from refusing water that sits next to food, to holding their bladder because the litter box smells too close to breakfast, to nighttime yowls you mistake for drama when they're really pleading for personal space. Fix it. Position the litter box in a low-traffic nook, quiet, but still offering an escape route. Place the food dish in a separate room, or at least on another wall, and set the water bowl several feet from the kibble. Cats naturally prefer a water source that isn't tainted by food odors. Scatter cozy nap spots at different heights, a window hammock, a low basket, a mid-level shelf. Point 20, pitch black nights. Legend says cats can see in total darkness. Reality says they're phenomenal in low light, not in zero. When the house drops to absolute black, your cat navigates by memory and whiskers alone. Signs of discomfort include restless circling, plaintive hallway meows, or scratching at doors you'd rather stay closed. Fix it. Plug a soft LED nightlight into the hall or living room, just enough glow to sketch the outlines of furniture and walls. Your cat gets visual anchors, you get uninterrupted sleep, and your electric bill barely notices. Point 19. Toy Avalanche. You love spoiling your cat, so the living room looks like a toddler's birthday aftermath. Jingle balls, plush sardines, crinkle tunnels, kicker sticks, a floppy banana that still reeks of catnip. Here's why. Novelty is the spark that ignites predatory play. When every toy is always available, none of them feel worth investigating. The play drive dozes off, leading to weight gain, understimulation, or that mournful stare that says, "Entertain me, human." Fix it. Divide toys into 3 or 4 themed bundles. Think Feather Day, Crinkle Day, Kick and Bite Day. Stash 2 bundles out of sight and rotate weekly. A toy exiled for 14 days comes back smelling different, feeling new, practically begging to be slaughtered. For an extra thrill, tuck each bundle in a bag with a different scent, silvervine, valerian, or even a t-shirt that smells like you. You're not just recycling toys, you're refreshing your cat's entire sensory world. Point 18. Skipping the hunt, losing the spark. Picture a lioness lounging in tall grass, heartbeat steady, muscles coiled, eyes locked on a twitching tail in the distance. Free feeding, where kibble sits out like an all-night buffet, erases that moment entirely. When food is always there, the brain never flips the hunt switch, and a vital chain reaction, chase, catch, crunch, groom, nap, stalls at the very first link. The fallout shows up as flabby haunches, half-hearted play, and that glazed stare that says, "Meh, why bother?" Over time, constant nibbling can snowball into weight gain, insulin spikes, and the early stages of feline diabetes. Give the cycle back. Schedule 3 to 4 mini-hunts a day. Whip a feather wand across the floor, drag a string under a blanket, bounce a foam ball down the hall. Keep each session short and intense, 5 to 7 minutes of pure predator mode. Serve the meal immediately afterward. While your cat is still panting in victory, present a portion-controlled dish or a canned food puzzle feeder. Finish with calm. Let them groom and curl up. You've just recreated their wild routine inside your living room, and you'll notice brighter eyes, quicker reflexes, and a waistline that reappears like magic. Stick to this pattern for 2 weeks and watch the lazy afternoon slug transform into an eager dusk-time hunter who actually earns dinner again. FAQ: dry food out all day. Only with strict portions. Constant bowls equal sign weight gain. Point 17. The Scruff Myth that won't die. We've all seen that viral clip. Mother cat totes a wiggly kitten across the room by the scruff and deposits it, safe and sound, into a cardboard box. Adult cats can weigh 10, 15, even 20 pounds, and the skin on the neck simply isn't engineered to hoist that bulk. When a human grabs a grown cat by the scruff, 3 bad things happen in a single heartbeat. Physical pain. Sensitive nerves fire as the skin stretches under an unnatural load. Panic response. Heart rate spikes. Stress hormones flood the bloodstream because the cat can't brace its body. Trust erosion. The next time your hands approach, the memory of that discomfort lingers, and even gentle touch can trigger flinching or a defensive swat. Handle with respect. Slide one hand beneath the chest, thumb resting between the front legs. Scoop the hindquarters with your other hand keeping the spine level. Hold the cat snug against your torso so it feels supported on three sides: your arm, your chest, and your steady heartbeat. Many cats relax instantly when they sense firm, even support, and a predictable exit route. That comfort is priceless whether you're trimming claws, giving meds, or simply moving from couch to cat tree. FAQ: can I scruff an adult cat? Safe only for tiny kittens, never for grown cats. Point 16. Midmeal dish drift. You notice the stainless bowl edging across the tile as your cat crunches kibble, so you give it a helpful shove back into place. To human logic, that's considerate. To cat logic, it's like someone yanking the picnic blanket while you're biting into a sandwich. During mealtime, survival instincts scream, "Stay sharp, something bigger might pounce." A shifting dinner dish can read as a hostile nudge from a rival predator. Repeated mid-bite interruptions teach a cat to bolt food before it escapes, leading to gulping, regurgitation, or outright refusal. Worse, the feeder, you, becomes part of the threat. Set and forget strategy. Place bowls on a silicone or cork mat that grips the floor. Choose a quiet corner with a clear visual escape route so your cat can eat without scanning over its shoulder. Step away while they dine. Return only after the bowl is empty or the cat has wandered off to groom. In a week or two, you'll notice mealtime stretch out, chewing slows, and the anxious back glances vanish. Point 15. Whisker fatigue, the invisible agony. Those elegant face antennas aren't just decoration. Each whisker is rooted in a follicle rich with nerves and blood vessels, sending a live 3D map of the world straight to the brain. Now imagine pressing your fingertips against a wall every time you tried to sip water. That's what deep, narrow bowls do to a cat. The constant brush of the rim overloads sensory receptors, sparking irritation known as whisker fatigue. Telltale signs? Pouring kibble onto the floor, sipping water off their paw like a ladle, or staring at a brimming bowl and walking away thirsty. Left unchecked, the discomfort spirals into dehydration, picky eating, and cranky mood swings. Simple fix that feels like magic: swap cylinders for saucers, wide, shallow dishes in ceramic or stainless steel. Add a non-plastic water fountain with a broad surface so whiskers stay blissfully untouched. Within days, you'll see cleaner floors, steady hydration, and a cat who approaches meals with enthusiastic confidence instead of wary hesitation. Point 14. Heavy-handed affection. Imagine someone greeting you with an enthusiastic slap on the back every single time you met. Eventually, you'd start ducking for cover. A lot of first-time cat guardians, fresh off years of dog ownership, fall into that trap with their new feline roommate. Hearty pats, spirited belly rubs, even the occasional squeeze hug that feels friendly to us. But a cat's body is engineered for precision, not impact. Their bones are lighter, their muscles tuned for spring-loaded leaps, and their skin packed with nerves that register the tiniest change in pressure. The margin between "that feels nice" and "ouch, too much" is razor thin. Here's a quick roadmap to keep your hands on the right side of the line. Start with one finger, not a whole palm. Stroke slowly along the cheeks or under the chin, places cats use when they scent mark the people and objects they love. Watch the feedback monitor. A content cat leans in, half closes its eyes, maybe drools a little. A warning system of tail twitches, ear swivels, or a sudden body stiffening means time out. Respect the belly veto. Exposed tummies look like an invitation, but for many cats it's the ultimate trap card. Touch and you may meet the shredder. Quick checkpoint, drop a comment below. Which mistake have you spotted in your own routine and what's the first fix you'll try? Let's swap ideas and level up our cat parent game together. Point 13. Punishment equals fear. You hear the crash of a knocked over vase, pivot in fury and psst, fire the water bottle. Maybe you clap like thunder or roar your cat's name. The chaos pauses, but the lesson learned is not what you think. Cats don't keep a mental ledger linking, "I scratched the sofa with immediate water blast." What sticks is you plus sudden scary thing. That miswiring spawns 3 nasty side effects: hiding and avoidance. Your once sociable companion now bolts behind the couch when you enter. Fear aggression. Corner a frightened cat and the next swat could come with claws fully unsheathed. Stealth misbehavior. The scratching or counter-surfing still happens, just when you're asleep or out. Swap panic tactics for a 2-step plan. Redirect. Plant a sturdy scratching post right beside the forbidden furniture and lace it with catnip. Reward on sight. The instant your cat chooses the post, praise softly or toss a treat. Consistency forges the correct link. Scratching post equals sign good things happen. Punishment trains fear, redirection trains behavior. Choose the path that keeps Whiskers twitching with confidence. Point 12. Stale water, silent saboteur. Is your cat perched in the sink, licking droplets while their water bowl sits full and ignored? Standing water turns into a microscopic soup in less than a day. Dust, drifting kibble crumbs, and invisible bacterial blooms alter taste long before humans notice. Wild felines instinctively prefer running streams because moving water signals freshness. Upgrade hydration with 3 easy tweaks. Daily refresh. Dump, rinse, and refill every morning. No shortcuts. Deep clean twice a week. Hot water, mild soap, thorough rinse, air dry. Plastic bowl scratch and harbor biofilms. Stainless or ceramic stay cleaner. Add motion. A compact pet fountain aerates water, filters debris, and provides that gentle babble cats can't resist. Increased sipping means healthier kidneys, smoother digestion, and fewer urinary woes down the line. Watch how quickly the sink diving habit disappears once the bowl becomes a miniature spring instead of a stale puddle. Point 11. Skipping routine vet checkups. Cats are masters of disguise when it comes to pain. By the time a limp or weight loss becomes obvious, issues like kidney disease, diabetes, or hyperthyroidism may be well advanced. An annual wellness exam, biannual for seniors, catches trouble while it's still a whisper. Make preventive care non-negotiable. Baseline blood work and urine screens spot organ changes early. Weight and body condition scoring flag creeping obesity. Vaccination boosters keep immunity current, especially if your cat ventures outdoors or meets new animals. Discuss parasite control. Fleas, worms, and ticks have no off-season indoors. Think of the vet visit as an oil change. Inexpensive routine maintenance that prevents a roadside breakdown later. Only the stakes are your cat's comfort and longevity. Survived a 3 a.m. Zoomy ambush? Smash the like button so we know you're in the club. And tell us in the comments which tip hit you hardest. Point 10. Essential oil overload. Picture a diffuser puffing lavender mist into your living room. Spa vibes all around. But your cat isn't purring with gratitude. It's processing airborne toxins it can't neutralize. Feline livers lack a critical enzyme that breaks down many plant compounds. Tea tree, citrus, eucalyptus, peppermint, clove, cinnamon, wintergreen. Lovely to our noses, but to cats they're chemical landmines. Inhaling even diluted vapors can set off a slow cascade. Sneezing that never quite clears. Watery eyes, drooling, bouts of vomiting. Then the scarier stuff, labored breathing or jaundice as the liver strains. The timeline can stretch for weeks, so by the time clear distress shows, internal damage may already be underway. Love aromatherapy. Switch to hydrosol specifically labeled Pet Safe. Confine diffusers to a closed office, or swap fragrance for a cat-friendly indoor herb garden. Think rosemary, thyme, or wheatgrass. Unsure whether an oil is harmless? Treat it as hazardous until your vet gives a thumbs up. Your nostrils might miss the eucalyptus, but your cat's kidneys, liver, and lungs will breathe easier, literally. FAQ: any essential oils that are safe? Try gentle hydrosols like chamomile. Vet check first. Point 9. 1 litter box, 2 cats, 0 peace. Humans share bathrooms by etiquette. Cats share them by uneasy truce. And often, they simply don't. The litter box is part toilet, part message board. Every clump is a scent telegram declaring, "I was here, this is mine." Put 2 cats on 1 box and the dominant cat may stand guard, forcing the timid one to hold it in or pee on the rug when desperation wins. The gold standard, cats plus 1. 2 cats, 3 boxes, 3 floors, a box on every level. Location matters too. Low traffic corners with a clear exit path, never wedged between humming appliances or inside a cabinet that echoes like a drum. Scoop daily. Your nose might tolerate a 24-hour delay, but a cat's nose is 14 times stronger and far less forgiving. Set up the right number of clean, accessible boxes, and you'll watch turf wars, revenge peas, and midnight yowls vanish almost overnight. FAQ: 2 cats, 1 box okay? Gold rule: litter boxes equal sign cats plus 1. Point 8. The high cost of catnapping interruptions. That curled-up fluffball looks irresistibly photogenic, so you nudge her awake for a selfie. She blinks. You grin. No harm done, right? Actually, you've yanked her out of a neurological boot camp. Adult cats spend up to 2/3 of life asleep, slicing those hours into multiple cycles of light, dozing, and deep REM. During REM, they replay hunting sequences, consolidate memory, repair muscles, and reset immune cells. Shock wake them mid-cycle, and stress hormones spike. Over time, this shows up as crankiness, over-grooming, nibbling less at dinner, or half-hearted play. Grant your cat uninterrupted slumber by offering plush, secluded pods, a covered bed in the closet, a fleece throw on a sun-drenched sill, a cardboard box tucked behind the sofa. Teach kids and guests the house rule: sleeping cat equals sign, do not disturb. Later, when she saunters out stretching and slow blinking at you, the affection you get will be deeper, because it's given on her rested terms. Point 7. Plastic bowls, the acne factory. Lightweight, cheap, unbreakable, plastic food bowls check every human box except the one that matters to cats: hygiene. Microscopic scratches form within weeks, trapping saliva, oils, and kibble dust. Add warmth and you've brewed a Petri dish. The usual casualty is the chin: tiny black specks, comedones that look like coffee grounds. Advanced cases swell into painful pustules that pop, scab, and invite secondary infections. Swap plastic for glazed ceramic or high-grade stainless steel, materials that shrug off scratches and sanitize completely with hot water and plain soap. While you're at it, elevate the dishes an inch or two. The slight tilt eases neck strain and keeps crumbs from piling around whiskers. Wash food bowls after every meal, water bowls every day, fountains every week. The payoff is a spotless chin, fewer vet visits, and the quiet satisfaction of doing the simple thing that matters most: keeping bacteria where it belongs, down the drain, not on your cat's face. Point 6. The I'll scoop it tomorrow trap. Imagine walking into a public restroom that hasn't been cleaned since Tuesday. One whiff and you're out the door. Your cat's litter box feels the same way, except their nose detects odors at concentrations you can't even register. When clumps linger, ammonia builds, bacteria flourish, and the box turns into a hostile zone. Many cats refuse to step inside. Others hold it, straining bladder walls and inviting urinary infections. Daily routine, zero shortcuts. Scoop at least once every 24 hours, twice if you work from home and can swing it. Top up litter to keep the depth near 3 inches. Shallow boxes don't mask scent. Full reset weekly. Dump litter. Rinse with warm water and a splash of unscented soap or white vinegar solution. Dry thoroughly. Refill. Harsh cleaners leave residues that sting paws and overpower feline noses. A spotless box isn't just nice housekeeping. It's critical to your cat's dignity and to the health of your carpets, couches, and baseboards. FAQ. Can I disinfect with bleach? Skip harsh chemicals, warm water and mild soap are plenty. Point 5. Forced cuddles, frayed trust. We all crave that snug purring loaf on our chest. But when you scoop a cat who isn't feeling it, you override a hardwired need for control over personal space. Repeated hijacks teach the cat that human arms equal captivity, not comfort. So they dodge your reach, stiffen in your lap, or swipe the next time you lean in. Flip the script, invite instead of insist. Pat the couch beside you, offer a slow blink and wait. If they hop up, reward with gentle strokes behind the ears. Honor the exit. The instant your cat shifts, tail flicks, or tenses, let them go. Ending on their terms tells them your arms are always a safe option, never a trap. Point 4. Mixed signals. Equal sign mixed up cats. Yesterday, leaping onto the counter got a laugh. Today it earns a scolding. To a cat, that's like playing a board game where the rules change mid-turn. Inconsistent boundaries breed anxiety and actually reinforce the behavior you're trying to curb. Sometimes it works. Might as well keep trying. Lock in the rules. Decide what's truly off limits. Make a family list and stick it on the fridge. Block or booby-trap forbidden zones consistently. Double-sided tape, crunchy foil, citrus spray. Choose a deterrent and leave it in place. Provide a yes zone alternative. If the counter is off limits, install a window perch or bar stool nearby so your cat can still survey the kitchen during meal prep. Consistency turns chaos into clarity, and clarity turns naughty cats into confident ones. Point 3. Flat world living. Floor space may satisfy dogs, but cats are three-dimensional creatures built to patrol tree canopies. A home without vertical territory can feel as confining as a hallway with no doors. Boredom and tension simmer, especially in multi-cat households where escape routes matter. Build a skywalk. Cat trees tall enough to beat human eye level. Staggered wall shelves that create a climbing path to a high lookout. Top of wardrobe bedding or a cleared fridge top with a fleece pad. One new perch can diffuse territorial spats and rekindle play that floor toys never sparked. Think up, not just out. Point 2. Speed dating new friends. Plunking a new puppy, roommate, or aunt straight into the living room with your cat is sensory overload. Unfamiliar scent, sound, movement, and no escape plan. The result can be hiss fits that harden into long-term resentment. The slow burn introduction. Scent first. Swap blankets or toys for 24 hours so each party meets the other's smell safely. Sight second. Proper baby gate or cracked door so they can view without contact. Feed high-value treats on opposite sides to build positive association. Controlled meet and greet. Short, calm sessions. Plenty of elevated retreats. Zero forced contact. Gradually extend time together as body language relaxes. Take it at your cat's pace and you'll forge genuine curiosity instead of defensive hostility. Point 1. Forgetting their felines. Here's the cardinal sin. Expecting your cat to behave like a tiny dog or a tiny human. Cats don't shred couches out of spite, race the hallway at 3 a.m. to annoy you, or refuse commands to prove dominance. They scratch to maintain claw health and mark territory, sprint because dusk flips their hunt switch, and ignore sit because felines never evolved a pack leader obedience loop. Live with the cat you have, not the one you imagined. Offer scratching posts that outshine the sofa. Schedule evening play that mimics prey patterns, then feed, channel the zoomies. Let them choose when to approach, where to perch, and whether to share space. When you align household routines with feline instincts, problem behaviors evaporate, and what's left is the companion you always hoped for, alert, affectionate, and utterly at ease in their own fur. Which of these 25 revelations flipped a light switch for you? Tell us in the comments. We read everyone, and your stories help other cat parents level up. Caught your cat staring at you lately, pupils wide, whiskers forward, as if decoding your every move? That gaze hides a secret language. Tap the video on screen next to uncover what those lingering looks really mean, and how to answer in fluent feline.